Hello everyone! So I'm back with another video today and I thought I would share my Disneyland tips with you. So I've got them written down on my Mac like I normally have my list of things, and yeah, I'm just going to talk to you a bit about what I found helpful when I went to Disneyland Paris. So one of my main tips would be is book your dining reservations as soon as you can, especially if you want to do character dining, because it does book up, and in my opinion character dining is one of the easiest way to meet characters, especially princesses, because you do not want to queue like stupid and a stupid amount of time to meet a princess. I mean, sometimes the queues can be like 180 minutes, sometimes they can be 5 minutes, it really depends. A lot of people queue in early magic hours, which is really sad because that's a really good opportunity to meet other characters around the park and go on the rides that are available in early magic hours. But yeah, so I found character dining was the easiest way to meet characters. So if you know what your dining is, you can then make an itinerary. I can't say that word properly. You could then make one of those around your dining, so therefore you know what you want to do. You mark down what characters you really want to see, you can mark down what rides you really want to do, and then you know roughly like what you are doing that day. And then it doesn't matter if you're going to the Ratatouille restaurant but you're still in Fantasyland, you know that you've got until a certain amount of time, and then you can go to your reservation, and then afterwards you can do some stuff in the Walt Disney Studio Park. You know exactly what you're doing. It is just so much easier. Sometimes it does change because sometimes things do take longer, or you bump into someone, or you feel like you need to sit down for a bit, but you usually stick to what you've written. So yeah, it's just easier, and it's especially if you are someone that likes to have a plan. You can bring water bottles into the park, as there are water fountains where you can refill them, and this does save a lot of money, especially in the summer when it's really hot and you get dehydrated. It is really helpful to have those refillable water stations. And you can also get the squeezy squash bottles that you can just pop in if you don't like water, or if you have a child who doesn't like water. It's just easier. You also can bring food into the park, like obviously not a huge meal, like because that can be also quite rude, especially if there's loads of food places everywhere that are open. But like snack packs and stuff, like crisps to keep you going, chocolate bars, maybe like a ham roll or something, or if you're a vegetarian, a cheese roll or whatever, but just something to keep you going. I found that food wasn't too expensive, but I was mainly just buying for me. I wasn't buying for a family. I found that like most foods, like places, were like 11-12 euros for a drink, chips and a burger, which I was expecting for a theme park and stuff. So I found it just to be what it would have been at like Alton Towers or Thorpe Park or something like that. One of my big tips is to download the app. It is literally just called Disney, like I typed in Disneyland Paris, and literally it is quite helpful, as the only place to see wait times is like just at the end of Main Street before you get to the castle. So now that like most phone networks have like your home plan abroad thing, you can use your network in the parks, which is really good now. But this app literally tells you like wait times. It's just like a little park map. Like right now I can see, if I can zoom in, that Princess Pavilion, that's a 90-minute wait. Small World, it's a 5-minute wait. Most things are like 5-minute waits. Oh, that's a 40. Peter Pan's flight, that's normal. What's that, 40? Meet Mickey Mouse, that's quite good for Meet Mickey Mouse. If you zoom out, it also does take you to the Walt Disney Studios park, and you literally just zoom in. Oh, there's a fly. You literally just zoom in and everything is there. That's really helpful. Therefore you're not constantly going back to the beginning of the park. Like say you're in Adventureland, but you want to go on something in Frontierland, you can literally just pick it up and go, oh, actually, you know, the queue's a bit too long on that, maybe we'll go a bit later. It's quite handy to have. One of the things that I wore constantly, apart from my ears, and these are from Luby and Lola, by the way, I will link them down below, is a lanyard. Now, you will have lots of paperwork, especially if you're staying in a hotel and you're on a meal plan. You'll have meal tickets, you'll have your hotel tickets, your park tickets, and if you've got a PhotoPass, which I really recommend getting, I'll get onto that, I would get a lanyard, especially like with a plastic wallet. They are not the cheapest. My pins are rattling around. They are not the cheapest. Like, I think this wallet was like €6 or something, which is, it's a wallet. But hey ho, you're only in Disney once. Well, unless you go all the time, or you end up, you know what I mean. So, but I think the lanyard, I can't even remember how much the lanyard was. Probably maybe just a bit more expensive than the wallet. But there are a variety there. You can get them online before. I think you can get wallets like on eBay and stuff if you don't want to spend them there. But I got mine in the park, so I got like a Finding Dory one, as that was just coming out when I went. But when I was there was also Thumper. They also had a Dreams one, because obviously Dreams was a thing. They had Tinkerbell, Toy Story, Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, they had quite a few, but like I said, you can get them online before you go, if you're not looking to spend a lot, and you can get customizable ones online as well. One thing I would personally do is stay in a Disney hotel. Not necessarily the Disneyland hotel, because that is expensive, but stay in the Disney hotel, especially if you don't have an annual pass, because then you get your magic hours. Magic hours are so beneficial. It's 2 hours before the park opens where you can go in. I think it's changing to 1 hour soon. But you can go in, and it is the perfect time to meet characters. You can go on rides like I think Buzz Lightyear's open. Space Mountain is open, because riding Space Mountain at 8:30 in the morning. Whew. I think Paw Patrol might be open. I can't really remember. Peter Pan's flight's open, which is, do that in magic hours, because that is normally a big queue for that. There is normally a long wait for that, so do it in magic hours. The carousel is open, I think. Mainly like Fantasyland things and Discoveryland things open. Frontierland and Adventureland I don't think are, as far as I can remember, I don't think they are. But literally do it. There are characters dotted about that you can meet. Meet Minnie then, because she will get a big queue during the day. Chip and Dale are normally there. Donald's there. Goofy and Pluto are normally out. It's just a really good way to like meet characters. And you can also grab breakfast in the park, so if you don't have it at the hotel. It's just really beneficial. Like I said, some people start queuing for Princess Pavilion then, so then they can, as soon as that opens at 10, they're in and they have the whole day, which is cool if you want to wait for 2 hours. Personally, I don't, but like some people, like it's a lot of dads that stood there waiting whilst their mums are with the children going on the rides in magic hours. You just see like a queue of dads. It's quite sad. PhotoPass. Get it. Book it before you go. It is more expensive when you get there. Basically, you will get your main card. It's just like a credit card size card. And you will get like mini like cards. kind of like the club card, Tesco club card size if you get those, that you can just clip onto your lanyard or pop them in the wallet. There are PhotoPass people scanned. I had a PhotoPass person when I met Mickey Mouse in the Meet Mickey Mouse area. You get them in Princess Pavilion. You get them in some of the meet and greets. I had it with Donald, but not all meet and greets have a PhotoPass person. Sometimes there's a PhotoPass outside the castle, which is quite cool because then you get a photo outside the castle by them. But you also get all your ride photos. So Buzz Lightyear, Pirates of the Caribbean, Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster. I think that is it. Have I missed one? I don't know. I might have missed one. Sorry. But if you go on those, like I went on those so many times, apart from Big Thunder because that was closed. Space Mountain, we would do like 5 times a day. I had like a billion photos. I had about 200 photos from PhotoPass. It was so good. Also because like the PhotoPass people at meet and greet also take like 10 photos of you with the characters, then you get all of those. Because it is expensive to buy the photos. You can still buy the photos if you've got the PhotoPass, but with the PhotoPass you get the app, you download them onto your phone straight away. You can either scan your card, or in early magic hours like Space Mountain and Buzz, people aren't usually there at the photo stations, so they have like a little QR code that you just scan and off you go and you've got them on your phone. It's really good. I really recommend PhotoPass. Just get it. It's so beneficial. When meeting characters, try and like wear like clothes that resemble them. So like if you're going to meet Mickey Mouse that day, because he's always got a meet and greet spot in his little pavilion bit, wear like a Mickey Mouse t-shirt. Your interaction with him will be so much better because he'll be like, oh my god, yeah, I'm on your shirt, you love me. It will be a lot better. It's just something for them to like interact with. Like a lot of people would plan on meeting Buzz. He has a meeting, Buzz and Woody have like a meet and greet spot in the Walt Disney Studio Park. A lot of adults like planned that, so then their kids would like dress up as Buzz or Woody or Jessie when they were in the queue, because we went in the summertime, so obviously they didn't do it too early, but like when they were 5 from the front or something, they would then dress them up and then they'd get a huge interaction with him. It is just like you get like it's just so much better. Like in the parades and stuff, they spot you. Like I had my ears on every day without fail, and they are Rapunzel inspired. And in the parade, because at the time it was Magicon parade, they had Rapunzel and Flynn on the swing, and they literally like stopped and like got up and were like, yo, yeah, and they like were like, yeah, and which was really, I know I'm 21, but I was like, oh my god. You just do, it's so nice to be like noticed. But they will get you interaction. Just because you're not wearing something doesn't mean they won't interact with you, they still will, just it's something for them to go off, especially like fur characters, they can't talk to you, so they have to like make gesture to you like, oh my god. But yeah, so like it's little things, like my boyfriend carries around like a little tiki thing sometimes when he goes on holiday from like something he like to do with Scrubs, I don't know, but it looks like something that the Shadow Man would have from Princess and the Frog. So when I met Tiana and Naveen, they talked about that. And like I had like pastel pink hair at the time, and they said I had like mermaid hair, but I also had like a Snow White dress on. Not like a full-on outfit, just like it was like a Disney bound, and they were like, oh, you look at you, princess. And it is so nice for them to do that. Back to like making that word itinerary. Back to that, basically characters can come out randomly, which will throw you off of your plan. I'm just going to call it a plan from now on, which can throw you off. So we were walking to Rock and Roller, I think we're going to go to Rock and Roller, and then we were going to head to Tower of Terror or something like that, I don't really know. We were in that direction by Stitch Live, we were walking past there, and all of a sudden these characters just come out the gates And I'm talking King Louie, Rafiki, Smee, Donald Duck, Perla, and Rabbit. And we were just like, okay. And it was a free-for-all. You have got to like, just go for it. Just go for it. The characters will notice that there are pushy people shoving their kids in. They will notice and they will just come and get you. But you just have to be patient, show that you're waiting. But most meet and greets, there are queues. But sometimes there's just a free-for-all and you've just gotta roll with it. Just roll with it. Characters will notice, like I said. They are not interested in people pushing in. They are really not interested. But yeah, it can throw you off, but we were literally like, oh my god, it's King Louie! King Louie was great. He like danced with us and stuff. It was so cool. I have like a video of us dancing and then he starts like pretending to like clean his armpits and stuff. It was great. Rafiki, he didn't really know what he was doing. I think he was just trying not to hit people with his stick. It was quite funny. Like I said, character meals, they are easier to meet characters. So I did Cafe Mickey when it was a thing. We met Mickey, Eeyore, Minnie, Goofy, I think. I think that's all we met. Might have met Pluto. Might have. I think. Goofy and Pluto, we didn't see them, like, we saw them in the park, but we didn't meet and greet with them. Because queue was often long, so we saw them there. Minnie, we didn't meet in the park, but we saw her there. So yeah, that was really good. And then for... What is going on outside? I don't know if you can hear that, but it's like someone is shoveling metal. For mine and Nick's 2-year anniversary, he decided to take me to Auberge, which is the princess restaurant, well, Cinderella's restaurant, and that was a really good way to meet princesses. As I didn't queue up for Princess Pavilion at all, I didn't see the point. I was just like, I don't want to wait that long to see a princess. I would much rather just see them in the parade or something. But he said, no, it's your 21st soon. It's our 2-year anniversary. We'll go to Auberge, which was really good. We were really lucky because we booked it when we were there. So like 4 days before, and there was still spaces, but we did go at the end of August, where it is quite quiet. Like the most we queued was 60 minutes, and that was for Crush's Coaster, which is expected. We went there. I met Cinderella, Prince Charming, you don't meet a prince anymore, Perla, Susie, Ariel and Belle. So I met 6 characters there, 3 princesses, 2 mice and a prince. Like I said, don't meet prince anymore, you get another princess, I think. That I would have queued so long to see them. Like that would have been 3 days work. Like 3 days of me stood in the queue. And when we went, Princess Pavilion, the princesses didn't change the whole time we were there. It was always Ariel in the morning and Aurora in the afternoon. And I was just like, I just want to meet Rapunzel. If it was Rapunzel, I would have queued, but it wasn't. So yeah, that was a really good way to meet the princesses without having to queue. Obviously, if you can't afford that, it is quite expensive, and you're willing to queue, that's fine. Only other way to really meet them is the parade. Sometimes they do come out in Disneyland Hotel. Sometimes. But yeah, it is a really good way to meet them. My next thing would be see the shows. So when I was there, it was Frozen Summer Fun, and it was Mickey and the Magician. Do see them because they are really good, and it is a really just nice way to just sit down and chill for 20 minutes to half an hour. You literally just get to sit there and relax and watch a show. They are on like throughout the day, like at different times. They are quite regular, but I would recommend seeing them because they are literally amazing. Like Mickey and the Magician, oh my goodness, that is so good. But it is just a nice way to just sit down like take a breath, like relax and just refresh yourself a bit, because there is a lot of walking, there is a lot of energy being burnt, like it does take it out of you, especially if you're doing magic hours and staying up for illuminations. It was dreamed to me, but it's, for illuminations, because you start 8 o'clock in the morning in the park, so you're having breakfast at like 7, and then when we were there the fireworks were on at 11, so we were just out all day, and I felt that I didn't need to go back and sit down like at the hotel, but my friend, like a few of my friends like did, just to chill, just take a step back. But personally, I had a lot of adrenaline. I mean, it was my first time. I'm Disney obsessed. Like, I had a lot of adrenaline to burn, and I was just like, I am so ready to keep going. But yeah, it is a really nice way to just sit back, and it is that's another way to see princesses. There are princesses in the show, so if your child like Making the Magician, there's princesses, and obviously in Frozen Summer Fun you see Elsa and Anna, which I don't think you can see in the parks anymore, which is weird because they are so big. Obviously you can see them in the parade because they have their own float, but yeah, apart from that, no. Watch the parade though, that is another tip. Watch the parade, get there early. We got there an hour before it started, and we literally were right at the front on Main Street opposite Casey's Corner, where you get all the hot dogs and stuff. And literally you like try and stand by a bin, as horrible like and gross as that can sound. People can't then push in front of you because there is a bin in the way. Whereas some people will try and like squeeze in front of you, and you're just like, no. I don't mind if it's a child. You know, okay, I'm 4'11", 5 foot. Some children can be taller than me. But if they're shorter than me, go ahead. Like, I can still see. But if you're an adult, like, no. Like, I got here. I sat here for an hour and saved my spot. I will stay here. But yeah, being at the front is a really good way for character interaction. Like, obviously Rapunzel and Flynn like had interaction with me. Queen of Hearts came over and she knocked my ears off. Mad Hatter, he was like, I love you. Look, even, can you hear that, Ron? Can you hear that? It's annoying, isn't it? So yeah, it is just a really good way to get interaction. I mean, I haven't seen Stars on Stars on Parade like personally, so I'm not sure like what type of interaction you get from characters. I was going to say character interaction. I'm not quite sure like what character interaction you get. Obviously the Lost Boys are there. It's more just waving like Peter Pan on the floats and stuff. But it is a really good way to get character interaction if you're at the front. Also, a lot of people say like stand at a corner because you can then see it coming and you can then see it going, which is quite cool. But yeah, we just stood by opposite Casey's and just waited. I mean, we also went with the tea time treats, so I literally put my bag next to me, and then my boyfriend Nick, he went and got, oh, that's a nice stretch. That's a nice stretch. So then my boyfriend Nick went across and got our tea time treats, which just kept us going a bit. This is like one of my last tips. I do have so many tips, I just can't remember them off the top of my head. But one of my last tips is, if you can't find something in the shop, ask a cast member, because they can like ring other shops for you, so you don't have to walk all over the park. But if you can't find something in the shop, they will find stuff for you. Like, we couldn't find a jumper. I needed a small, obviously, because I'm so small. And they literally rang a shop and were like, it's here. Like, literally go here. They reserve one for you. It's just so nice, and they are so friendly. Like, they are there to help you. They want to help you. So ask them, be nice to them, because they are doing an amazing job. Apart from that, I have like two like not tips, but like you like try them, because not try them, but look out for them. Look out for them, that's what I'm looking for. Because some people don't know they're actually there. So like Dapper Dan's hair, like the barbers, is actually a barber's. I know you don't really go to Disneyland to get your hair done, but yeah, it's actually a barber's. If you are ever thinking about it, it's there. There's also some mirrors there with like moustaches, and if you go up to them, make sure like you have a moustache, which is really cool. If you like walking up and down Main Street, you will hear things like by the dentist. You can hear dentist drill. You can hear like the piano playing. Yeah, like it's because basically Walt based Main Street USA on where he used to live. So it's got like little places of where he lived. So you can hear the piano playing from a piano lesson. And yeah, it's really cool. It just brings the whole atmosphere. If you go to Frontierland and you go to Haunted Manor, or Haunted Mansion if you call it that, there is like a tomb. It's quite a large tomb, like marble, and if you listen closely, you can hear a heartbeat, which is quite freaky, but it just adds like, it's just something, you know, your little ones, if you've got children and you're watching this, that, you know, you can be like, oh look, that's quite like, it's something like not to be missed really, but they're like hidden, little hidden gems. Yeah, hidden gems. They just make the atmosphere in the park more atmospherical, I guess. I'm using that word a lot today, I think. And my last thing not to miss is the dragon underneath the castle. It's Maleficent, because it's Sleeping Beauty's castle, and you can see her in dragon form underneath there, which is quite cool. It is quite intense. So, I mean, if you're a child, it could be quite intense. Same as Halloween, like with the villains and stuff. But it is another hidden thing that is you must see. So yeah, that is my Disneyland tips and little things to do. If you have enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, comment. I really do appreciate it. I just thought I need to keep the content up on my blog. This is on my blog, on my YouTube. This is something, you know, that I have been to Disney. I can provide these tips for people, so I thought might as well just go ahead and do it. And yeah, I had a day off work, so I thought, why not? But yeah, like I said, if you did enjoy it and I have helped, please let me know if I've helped you, or give me a like or a subscribe. It is appreciated. And yeah, I hope to see you guys soon.